We're chillin'! We're chillin' with Rick. He's gonna get to the story quick. Yeah, we're chillin'. Yes, we're chillin' with Rick. Chillin' with Rick, everybody. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the sponsors. Upscale Exotics, reptile-only specialty store that carries exotic reptiles looking for homes. They have snakes, lizards, geckos, turtles, chameleons, tarantulas, and more. It's the store of the creepy critters. With all the supplies, enclosures, and food, it's your one-stop shop, and they have knowledgeable staff located at 145 West Seneca Street in Sherrill, 315-367-5002. Games People Play, formerly Mind Games. It's a game store with so much more. They've been in business for 28 years. They have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, or Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and also sports cards. They also have retro video games and board games. Weekly events held in-store and a knowledgeable staff located at 114 Madison Street in Oneida, 315-363-2448. Whitestown Automotive, quality repairs at a good price, just up the Thruway Bridge in Westmoreland. Boogie Dad's Music, working on producing and distributing music on all platforms, and great royalty kickbacks for all performers. Oneida Carpets. Oneida Carpets, family owned and operated by Scott and Lynn White. They're both installers. They install carpet, laminate, vinyl, luxury vinyl, plank flooring, and ceramic tile. All of your flooring needs in one store. They're located at 174 Madison Street in Oneida, 315-361-9800. Big Girl Stump Removal. Do you have a stump that needs to be removed? I'm talking about a tree stump. Then call up Big Earl. He's a great guy with very fair prices, and he'll grind the stump right down to the roots. Give him a call at 315-363-5217. Papa Top. That place out there is just like Florida. It's a tropical paradise out there on that big old deck. They have obviously the outdoor deck, Adirondack chairs, picnic tables, bar stools. Grab some friends and go listen to some live music at Papa Top. Frog's Bar. Outdoor bar, picnic tables, Adirondack chairs, 2 fire pits for when fall comes. The owner, Mary, is phenomenal. She's a friend of mine. She wears the chillin' zip up proudly. And there's live music there all summer. Oneida Calet Civic Center. Upcoming events include NU Wrestling on May 27th. I'll be at that. Absolute Adele, an Adele tribute show, coming October 22nd at 3 p.m. Get your tickets for that, oneidacalet.com. Also coming on Saturday, February 24th, 2024, is Appetite for Voltage, a Guns N' Roses AC/DC tribute band. Get your tickets at oneidacalet.com. Also, I want to give a shout out to my boys at Disruption Network, Z and Justin. Watch them on Local Music Mondays, every Monday. Also, a shout out to Big Papa and Jeff. They're the hosts of The Good, The Band, and The Ugly. I just did an episode of that. It'll air May 22nd. I also want to give a shout out to Before August. Go check them out. All right, on to my next guest. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chillin' with Rick. I got one of my favorite guests here with me today, local legend. He loves that. He should be celebrated daily, by the way. 30 years on the radio, Genesee Joe.
Rick, good to see you.
Good
Thanks
to see
for
you,
having
man.
me, my man.
Thank you for the commercial ad, by the way.
No problem.
I
Thanks.
love that
Thank
sultry
you.
voice. I could listen to it 24/7. Show everybody what you're wearing. Hell yeah.
See that?
A local legend wearing my shirt. I bow.
I love the new setup. I love the whole new setup over on this corner. This
Yes.
is nice, man.
Thank you, brother.
Cool.
I got my sponsors pre-recorded, so that's going to be on. And thanks Mike Farrar for the cool theme music and Monster Mike for doing all the posters.
There you go.
And I want to give a shout out to the Oneida Calet Civic Center. This just got announced today. Bill DePaulo, you are kicking ass. I'm proud of you. So resist and bite. at the Oneida Calet Civic Center. Tommy Skioch, I think it is,
Yep.
correct me if I'm wrong, of Tesla is going to be there. And before August is opening up for that, August 4th at 8 p.m., get your tickets at oneidacalet.com. Killing
That
it.
before August, those guys right there.
Before August, these
Lynn
guys.
White and the boys, they're a great band.
The Calet Civic Center this Saturday, May 20th, 12 to 7. Not Robots, 169 Rhythm Section before August. B-Dub, I should know this by now. One Man the Band and Shane Archer Reed. Cat Stock. Make sure you guys attend that.
And I have Logan coming up on my show. Well, officially today is tomorrow.
Yep.
This is going to air after that.
This
but
is going to air sometime this weekend. I don't know.
yeah, hey, take your time.
Monster Mike has it all mapped out. I got to look and see when I got to release them.
So,
Yeah.
congratulations, because you've blown up.
Yeah.
You've blown up, man.
I've blown up. Do people know about me yet?
Yeah, sure. I mean, how many episodes you got booked this year? 60?
62, I think.
God damn. Nobody likes an overachiever, Richard.
Damn it, Richard.
Mother's Day was last weekend. Was that your mom's thing, Richard?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, mine was
when
Joseph.
I got called by Richard Henry Smith Jr. Oh, boy.
Shit. It just gets worse the more names they add.
Got beat with a broom handle once.
You know, we had a baby grand piano at our house, and I would get her going,
Yeah.
and then run and slide underneath there and get on. So she would get the broom handle and just start swinging wildly under there. But we just asked for it.
Yeah,
Me and my sister asked for it.
yes.
But when she ran through all the other men's names in the family, I knew she was so mad she was going to get to me. She'd be like, Frank, Angelo, Cass, damn it, Joseph. Here she comes.
Here she comes, fifth one. We got it.
Yep.
We got 3 cats now, and I'm like, I don't know what your name is, but stop it. I'm getting old timers, Joe.
You know, it's funny, but I almost brought the dog.
Yeah.
Because she would have run around, but she would have dug your whole yard up, and like any little break in the fence, she would have been 6 blocks away.
Yeah. She was invited. I was looking forward to
Yeah.
meeting her, but I get that.
Because, you know, the fact that she's a husky mix, I never got what that really meant.
Yeah.
I had hound mixes.
Yeah.
So when they were even puppies, they would like sniff and walk around slowly and sniff and then run a little bit. But her, anytime the leash got off her,
Yeah.
she sprinted.
Yep.
All she wanted to do was sprint.
She got hit once, didn't
She did get hit once
Jesus.
because of that. She didn't get run over. Thank God she only got hit. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember reading it on Facebook. I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
It's like he just got this dog.
I never had a dog that dug like giant holes to China. I had one years ago. Name was Harpo. That dog would bury his bones.
Yeah.
Literally would do that, but he would cover them back up.
Yeah.
This dog, she just digs ankle breakers all over the freaking yard. Our yard looks like Oak Island. There's so many deep holes in it.
I enjoy your yard. You posted pictures of it.
I
You got a
post
nice
pictures.
yard,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know,
Yeah.
that's all my better half. That's all they.
This is going to be improved a lot.
Yeah.
Since you've been here last, all the grass has grown in. So
It has grown in. This is nice.
yeah, it's very nice now. Before I had you and Moyer on, I'm like embarrassed of the yard. I was like, well, we just bought the place.
Well, Moyer's yard is.
Oh,
He got the waterfalls going.
yeah, that's all that matters.
I like his post. I loved him, and then I always see to what Jeff is going to reply. Because, you know.
Them brothers love each other, but oh man, is it a ball bust fest.
Yeah, yes it is.
Mainly Jeff going after him.
Yep.
Tim really's got nothing for him.
So, talking about like all the local music you've been covering,
Yeah,
thank you for doing that.
no problem.
I'm
man.
telling you, that is something that is definitely, you know, there's a necessity, and a few guys doing this is all pretty cool. There's one that you sent me, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yep.
I watched some of one. I've been really busy, but it's so nice to see that happening. And the band, full band thing is starting to come back.
Yes.
That came back slowly.
Yep.
You know, everybody was like doing the duos and the trios, but it's starting to come back.
Yep.
So, in Oneida, the city of Oneida seems to be a hotbed for live entertainment now.
We need you out here to support one of these acts, man. Just come chill with me.
I
We'll go together.
You know,
We'll see if we can get VIP French fries or something. I know you're a busy man, Joe, but you got to come out once.
but Papa Top is happening. The
Yeah.
Khaled is happening. what's the other? Frogs Bar is
Frogs
out
Bar.
here.
Yep, that's happening.
And there's a few. The Legion.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
I talked to.
Bonfire June 9th, I believe, at the Legion.
Yes, and Don, the guy that plays Angus, and he got with me and said, "Hey, can we do an interview because we're coming up to play the Legion?" And it was like, "Yeah, fine."
Yeah.
So Oneida's a hotbed of live music.
It is.
You know.
I'm a small part of it. I just bring them on and we shoot the shit.
You got to.
Yeah.
Also, hello, Jose.
Hello, Jose. Yeah, I would have forgot. Thank God you read it.
I did. I started laughing though because it was like, well, he's got my phone number. He could say hello. But I love the guys. I just saw them all recently too at the Sal Alberico benefit thing. So
yeah,
it was cool.
I got your phone number too, but I don't take advantage of it. You don't need to be blown up every day.
There you go.
It's only when I need to talk to you.
That's it, man.
So what's been going on in the radio biz?
Radio biz has been just that, busy.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of shit coming up, and it all sort of swooped in at one time.
Yeah.
Can I plug away?
Yes.
All right. So first thing we're doing is tickets. We've got a lot of concert tickets. The big one we're talking about right now is the Dead & Company final tour coming to Saratoga, June 17th and 18th.
Okay.
Now a lot of people are saying, well, they do this. They did The Dead. They did Further, they did the other ones. This is, Dead & Company. But, Bob Weir's 75, 76 now. How much more seriously touring is he going to do?
Glad you brought that up. I got two things to bring up myself after you.
Well, yeah. So I think this might be the last time we see Weir coming anywhere towards upstate New York.
Yeah.
So we're giving those tickets away like we do. We do qualifiers on Facebook or qualify on air.
Yep.
And then May 31st, we're having a party at the 5 Points Pub.
Okay.
At the Irish Cultural Center. You should come down.
Okay.
You'd enjoy that.
Yeah.
And we'll do a bunch of giveaways. But now, as things has piled up, we always do preliminary giveaways. Seasonal Sports makes us a bunch of great stuff, from shirts to the flashlights to these cups. Whatever he comes up with, Fred does a great job.
Yeah.
But, then we, Broadway Utica contacted us, going to do some Jesus Christ Superstar advertising for June 6th. So we're going to have tickets to that. But then our buddy Chuck over at Creative Concerts came up and said, well, let's do something with all the brewery shows. So we've got 2 nights of Mo. We got Humphreys McGee, 2 giant jam bands. That's a perfect preliminary prize for the Dead & Company tickets. You know what I mean? Second prize, third prize.
Yeah.
Collective Soul, Adrian Ballou and Jerry Harrison's Talking Heads show.
Yep.
Those are all 4 shows coming into the brewery.
Yes.
So we've got all of those tickets to give away through the course of the summer, but also a couple of pairs here and there at this Dead & Company ticket giveaway, May 31st at the 5 Points Pub.
May 31st, 5 Points Pub.
That is the first time I've gotten all that information out fluently since we started. I try and say it on air, and it's like, ah. But anyway, then we got a lot more stuff coming up. Foreigner's final tour, we're going to have tickets for. Aerosmith's final tour. A lot of stuff. We got the Happy Together tour with the Turtles. And
what about the Kiss one?
The Kiss one is untouchable.
Okay.
That one went too quick.
Yeah,
the days of the promoters giving all the radio stations tickets are gone. So we actually buy a few pairs for these things.
Okay.
And that's how we do the giveaways.
Gotcha.
Got to put some money into it. But other than that, busy.
Yeah.
Just it's summertime,
You had to do my radio ad.
I did your radio ad. Thank you for doing that, though.
No problem.
And that goes to show you, though, that's like one of the cool things about chilling with Rick is you've decided to make this a podcast, but promote it.
Yes.
You do social media stuff.
Yep.
You did that.
Yep.
You're always welcome to come back if you want.
I appreciate it.
And that's cool. And, you've got people sponsoring you now.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
I have 8.
You have 8 sponsors. Yep. Shit, we ought to have these sell ads for the drive.
I don't want to brag or nothing because people say, you kind of got an ego now. I was like, well, I don't really think so. And they're like, well, I said, well, I guess maybe a hint.
People said you kind of got an ego, and I was like, how dare you address me like that, peasant? And I thought, maybe they got something there.
I don't have an ego, and this is all for the good. I'm giving you guys a platform. That's all this is. It's a platform show.
And
I
I
decided
love
to
it, and I
just-
love to promote it
Yeah.
with the drive stuff,
Yeah.
you know?
And I'm just, I'm just trying to make a name for myself. That's it.
Yeah.
Simple as that. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing with a grassroots movement, and when it comes to local music, it's the perfect way to do it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
And I've said this before, and I'll say it again, we do the club listings, but it's like pulling teeth to get people to send me information.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Bill Pickles does a listing. He's retired, so he goes through and finds everything.
Yep.
That is one thing I'll say is I get invited to a million events, but I literally get invited to a million events. So it's hard for me to go through there with all the other stuff I got going on.
Yep. Yep. I'm gonna get you to one with me. We gotta hang out.
Yeah, I will definitely. I got some stuff. We got some drive stuff coming up at the Calet too.
Cool.
So we're gonna do stuff with Bill too. There's shows he's bringing in.
Yep. So we'll definitely hook up, and we've
Yeah.
already done that once.
Yeah.
Me and you hung out there before.
Yep.
Yep. For Costa. There was a bunch of them there that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good time.
It was.
And it still haunts me that kid didn't know who I was.
Well, he will now.
So let's talk about the Aerosmith Peace Out tour. You good with that ending? Or
You know
you
what?
an Aerosmith fan or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I've always loved Toys in the Attic because when we were kids, that record came into the house when it was new. And we played that to death. And we went to try and see them in Syracuse in '77. We watched Golden Earring play and play and play. And then they said, it was November 21st of '77. They said, Aerosmith is snowed in Buffalo. Now, as the years went by, there were many behind the music type things. We all know it snowed in. There was no snow, and by snow we mean cocaine, so they couldn't get from Buffalo to Syracuse. But
Put it
anyway,
blunt, Joe.
yeah. But anyway, so they did actually make that date up, but my mom had brought us out there. We were kids. She came in and found us. They're not here. We had to go back. So that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, Aerosmith, like everybody else, when they put out all those super big hits when they came back through the 90s and the early 2000s, a lot of that was a little formulaic for me.
Yeah.
They were taking outside writers in, so it was all that, verse, chorus, or, verse, chorus,
Yeah.
verse thing. But, on the whole, that's one of the great American rock bands.
It is.
And this is only their first farewell tour.
How
And
many
it looks
do you
like
think
they're
they
gonna
got in them?
No, I think they got one in them. I think they're going to do one. I think they're the only ones that are going to do one. The Who have done 40. Kiss has literally been on a farewell tour since 2006. And I swear to you, as God is my witness. Motley Crue. The Lady Di is over here in the corner.
Lady Di. Hi.
Motley Crue has
I
done
put
about
her up
5.
in the comfy love seat.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, it came up in the history file because, I do a lot with that at the station.
Yeah.
And it was like, I swear to God, it was 2004 or 2006. Kiss begins their farewell tour. It was literally almost 20 years ago. If it was 2004, it was 19 years ago.
I'm pretty sure Gene is done because he said the boots are getting too damn heavy and he keeps falling over.
Yeah. He had to sit through a show recently,
Yeah.
too.
I mean, he said he's exhausted halfway through.
The thing is, though, if they did actually break the ground and go one step further, right now there's, I think it's the Australian Pink Floyd band, which we have tickets to. They're going to be in Albany. That's another one we're giving tickets away to.
Okay.
But it might be Brit Floyd. But one of those two are sanctioned by Pink Floyd. It was Gilmore's guitar tech. And I should be able to remember, but I can't. The other one is that Genesis cover tribute band, The Musical Box.
Okay.
They are literally sanctioned by Genesis. Tony Banks worked with them to go out and play the music that these guys weren't going to play anymore.
Yeah.
Even before that farewell tour, which was one and done.
Yeah.
So if Kiss breaks the new ground of replacing the Paul and Gene, the Demon and the Star Child characters with hand-picked guys and send them out, I don't know where I am on that.
Uh-oh.
Like, that could be cool.
It could
That
be.
could be new ground.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, it could be like, well, how can you do that? But how do you? Maybe that's the way things are going. I get a little annoyed. I think at people who don't like tribute bands.
Yeah.
Because shifting focus a little bit, we get a lot of tribute bands through Utica. But, you know, there's certain groups, like Genesis, like Pink Floyd, like, you know, the Grateful Dead, that they're not going to be doing this, especially Floyd and Genesis and, you know, some of them. They're not going to ever be playing these songs live again. And it doesn't mean that somebody shouldn't play them live.
Yeah.
Now, if a group of guys want to specifically go out and play those songs live for that original group's big fan base, you know, I don't want to hear somebody going, oh, these tribute bands. Every symphony is a tribute band.
That's true.
You know?
Yep.
And that's all there is to it. The music does not deserve to die as far as being performed on stage. You know,
I get
and a lot of them now, like there are a couple like Jerry Harrison from the Talking Heads. They're coming through the brewery. Him and Adrian Ballou are doing a Talking Head show. Andy Sumner's from the Police did a whole South American, Central American tour with a group called Call the Police.
Call the Police.
And it literally was a police show, but it was Andy Sumner's.
Okay.
So, you know, the tribute thing is here and it's with us, and stop belly aching about it.
Now, last year you got some heat over the covers and originals.
Oh my God! You know that's it.
I
Thanks for
shouldn't
bringing
bring it
that.
up. I
No,
shouldn't
you
bring
should
it-
bring that up.
Oh no,
And now I'm going to start.
this is not me.
No, listen. First of all, I'm going to say this.
Okay.
If a band wants to play covers, let them play covers. Who the hell are you to say they shouldn't?
Yeah.
If a band wants to write originals and they want to do that, good for you. We don't live in a community that is the most accepting of original bands. You will have to find avenues to play your songs other places. You know, there aren't a lot of places around here that are going to pay 5 original bands to go do 40 minutes each. A lot of big cities, all big cities do that though. Well, how do you think places like CBGB's came to life?
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't like that. You know, I wish we had a couple. 12 North will do that once in a while, but you play for the door.
Yeah.
But you know, it's hard to run a freaking business and take the gamble on something like that.
It is.
The other thing is, you know, write your songs, do your thing. It takes forever for even the biggest bands to come to fruition. You know, sometimes by the time you see a band, their hit song has been released on 6 different EPs. You know?
Yep.
This is going to make everybody laugh, but a good example of that is, remember Hootie and the Blowfish?
I do.
Their first big hit, Hold My Hand, had been released on like 5 different EPs.
Yeah.
Till finally, they got a record company behind them. David Crosby came and sang harmonies with them, and now here it is, a big hit.
Now he's Darius Rucker.
And now
in
he's
country.
Darius Rucker, yeah.
In country.
But, you know, I can't stand the belly aching between the cover band versus the original band. It drives me nuts. The one group that did it completely right, and I'm going to tell you this right now, was our band, was Slug. Because we had 2 albums we wrote and put out. We also did songs we knew and loved, Dead songs. We would do, you know, Johnny Cash. We would do all these different Rolling Stones. We'd do all different kinds of stuff, Dr. Hook. But we would sprinkle our material in.
Yeah.
Or we might go on and do 5 of our songs in a row and then do some covers. But people booked us and paid us.
Yeah.
Because we could put on an all-night show, just us. Then we started doing our shows where we would put Crazy Fools and another opening act on. But people would know the songs. They would be there singing the songs.
Yep.
So for all these bands that argue between covers and originals, I always said it's a dumb argument.
Yeah.
Play your songs, pepper them in with your idea of what your favorite song should sound like. You're not being forced at gunpoint to be a beer salesman and play Tom Petty pop songs. You can make it work.
Yeah.
Stop complaining.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Right now, personally, one of the big bugs up my ass, even though I don't have any time for it, is I don't play with anybody. I got nothing going on.
Yeah.
You know?
I forgot to have you bring your damn harmonica again.
Oh, you know.
What's this, the third time?
Yeah. No, but you know what I mean? It's like Slug seems to be an indefinite hiatus. Thunderwatt died.
Oh.
And to start, but between the station, the puppy.
Yeah. You got enough to keep you busy.
Yeah, and the side work I've been doing, I really don't have time to do something, but...
You got to get up at 6 a.m. this year for the Boilermaker, or are you good?
Oh, we'll be there by 6 a.m. for the Boilermaker, yeah.
Didn't you have last year off from that?
No, we went back last year.
Okay.
I took the COVID year off, and the next year where it was everybody could do it at their own.
Yeah.
And then, as soon as everything was opened up again, was it last year or the year before we went back, Di? Year before.
There you go.
There you go. She remembers all this shit. She's
My girl remembers everything for me.
But I mean, I would like to start something, but it is a lot to start from scratch, and I don't really want to join somebody else's band.
Yeah.
I'm an idea guy. And the other thing that always got me was, if you don't mind me talking about this,
What?
I want to start something, but there's stipulations to it.
Uh-oh.
No, there is. First of all, I want nothing to do with freeform jamming. We can do that within established songs or songs somebody wants to write. But no, I'm not going to wing it like that. Because there's no reason to go out and try and play that in front of people unless somehow you guys are beyond stratospheric musicians.
Yeah.
Thunderwatt used to do a lot of that in rehearsal, but then we'd stop and listen back to it and decide what worked and what didn't.
Yeah.
When we went out and played our gigs, Jim and Bob Merrick, Barbecue Bob from the station, and Jim Inman, they would have already kind of had an idea of what they did, listened to it a few times. Now they could recreate that.
Yes.
But the spontaneity and all that, we already ran through that.
Yeah.
And then the parts that were like train wrecky or didn't work, we knew not to do them.
Yeah.
So I don't want that. I also, I could never get these guys. It's like, okay, well, if we rehearse for like a year, we'll be able to play out. If you've been playing out, we're going to rehearse for about 6 weeks. Down somebody's got a favorite bar, a home bar.
Yep.
We're going to go see if what we're doing hits with anybody.
Yeah.
If it does, and what doesn't work, we fine tune it, and in another 6 weeks we go out.
Yeah.
Then after that, start booking.
Yes.
If you've been doing this your whole life, you can come up with a show.
Yeah.
No two ways about it.
I came up with the show, but I'm a talk show.
Well, there you go. But it's a thing.
Yeah.
So.
It is.
So what else is on your mind? What do you want to know about Genesee Joe?
What do I want to know about Genesee Joe?
Yeah.
Just on the scale of 1 to 10, just how cool are you, Joe? Do you get recognized in public?
Did you hear her eyes roll?
I did.
Look at it. There's an optometrist in Oneida. Thank God we got to bring her over now. Well, my answer to that would be on 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, probably a solid 9.999. Do I get recognized in public?
Yeah, you must.
You know what? Without sounding arrogant, absolutely all the time.
Yeah.
I walk the dog up and down through Utica and Genesee. It happens all the time.
I would love to see that.
You should see her Irish goodbye those situations. It cracks me up. There's some guys that are just like wonderful kooks, and they'll come up and I'm, hugging them. Or my buddy Andrew, he's a lot of people know who Andrew is. He's a kid down in Utica, but he'll like hug you better than your chiropractor. My back cracks. She just skirts out of the way. And then other people she sticks around and talks to, and then other people she'll say, "Why did you walk away so quick?" Like, damn it!
The next time somebody
give me the sign.
Next time somebody honks their horn, "Hey Genesee," be like, "I'm chilling with Rick." I'm chilling. You got the wrong guy.
I'll have the dog leash in one hand and a little paper cutout of you in the other.
I'm chilling, not Genesee.
Yeah. But no, I mean, after doing this all these years, yes, I get recognized all the time.
Yeah.
And it's funny too, because it ain't just the radio and playing music all these years, but you know what really helped is that I love Mohawk Valley Living, but that commercial's on all the time.
It is.
I always get the Mohawk Valley Living guys. Like,
well, it's Joe. I got his number.
I also am big with people who have been incarcerated.
Oh, there you go.
I've been told that the guards always listened to like the stations I was on, and one of my friends got out, and it was like so and so's getting out. Let's go down and see him. So we all went and saw him, and he was like, "You're the last fucking person I want to see." And then I said, "Oh, now I know why all these people that don't seem like rock fans know who I am."
For those of you counting, that's only one time I'm on YouTube now. We can't swear, Joe. I forgot to say that.
Oh, goodness.
I was going to start the count. I had Lynn White on from Before August in the first episode. He looks at me, he goes, "How are you going to stop Joe from swearing?" I go, "We're all adults here. If I tell Joe not to swear, he's going to not swear."
You know what? That was my sainted mother, God rest her soul. She would always laugh at. She'd say, "How do you go on the radio and not swear when you can't go 5 sentences without dropping an F-bomb?" She says, "How do you do that?" She was always amazed at it, but yeah, well, it's like when I go on Z's thing,
Yeah.
On Disruption Network.
Yeah.
Him and Justin love it.
Yeah, he keeps track how many times
Yeah.
you swear. By the way, I'm glad you brought that up. I was on their show in October. I'm going back in September sometime.
Yeah.
And I might come see you. I might just drop
You're
in.
always welcome.
Thank you, buddy.
Always, matter of fact, we'll book it.
Yeah.
He's a good, I love that guy.
He goes, when Joe's on, we feel like idiots because of his wide variety and knowledge of music. He goes, we just sit there and listen.
When I'm on, you should feel like an idiot because you booked me. The same goes for you.
I feel like a big idiot.
Yeah. That goes for the lady who owns our radio station. If I'm on, you're an idiot. But anyway. No, I love Z, and he has picked up this gig now where he's going out on the road with Mo. He's going down to do all of these shows.
He's in Florida right now.
Yeah, his entertainment industry stuff has picked up so much that I thought you just brought weed out.
I did not bring weed out.
But that has picked up so much for him that he's not really doing the Monday shows as much anymore. No. But when he's back in town, he will. So,
I messaged him. I go, "Z, you got a show this week?" He's like, "I'm in Florida." I said, "I got everything covered."
Yeah. But he is a wonderful guy, man, and I've known him for so many years.
Yeah.
Z, a lot of people don't get how important he was in Varick Street becoming Varick Street as we know it.
Okay.
Because the electric company was first place to really open up down there and book live music, and the stuff he booked was like an extension of and a continuation of the Rainforest Preserve from up in South Utica.
Yeah.
And he would bring in national bands. He would bring in touring bands. I remember one night trying to go down there to see Al and the Trans-Americans, Al Schneer's side project. We went and saw Bonamassa at the Turning Stone.
Yep.
Jumped in the car and went down there. It was about 14 degrees out that night. There were so many people in there that when they would open the door, a huge cloud of steam would come out, and the awning in front of the place that used to be there was just there. There was just this huge, cloud of
around
steam.
The awning?
Yeah, all around the awning, and it was the funniest thing, and you couldn't get in. So we hung out in the freezing cold for a little while and listened, but then we went to another bar.
Yeah.
But, he was literally the catalyst in that, because he put a live music club on Varick Street, and little by little, everything else went in behind him.
Yeah. He's coming here June 7th, and he goes, "I got to be there at noon, whatever you want." I got 2 that day, as a matter of fact.
Do you?
Yeah.
Cool. Good
There's
for
a
you.
couple of these that I'm booking 2 in one day, because I want to talk to you guys all so bad.
I know. Well, you know what? All these episodes are good, man.
Yeah. I got told I overbooked. I said, "Well, I don't think so. I booked it out of love because I love doing it."
Hey, you know what?
And that's what I did.
Don't worry about it until nobody responds. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it until they stop responding.
That's fun. Oh, by the way, this is a new Chillin' shirt that debuted last night, and people went nuts over this, man.
That is very cool, and I like these.
Yeah, thanks.
Now, who came up with your logo? Because this is cool.
My fiance.
Oh, all right.
Yep. I got that done for $100 down at Finish Line Design. Shout out to you guys.
Yep.
They had to sew it together in 2 pieces, but
that's
no big
cool
deal.
though. Shit.
That's a 6x6.
Yeah.
She goes, "I can't take a picture of it. It's too big." I go, "That's how you know you did it right."
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
She knew that was coming.
My girl says that all the time. So now I gave you homework to do. I said, think of some stories. I want you to tell some stories. Did you do your homework?
Yes, to a certain extent.
I want to hear one good story.
All right.
Or
So-
maybe 2 if you got them.
All right, so here's one. Well, okay, this is a real funny one. This goes back a long time. We did those fireworks over Vernon Downs, fireworks over Central New York
Yep.
shows back when I was with the other station with OUR,
Yeah.
when Tom Starr and Jerry Krause and all those guys were running, the guys who made that station, put it on the map and made it great.
People miss you around here on OUR, by the way. I was told to tell you.
Well, they can fucking turn the dial down. I'm not trying to be mean because, people that work for the company that owns them now, I'm friends with those guys.
Yeah.
But the station is not what it used to be.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah.
And the drive is. But anyway, so the thing is, we do a fireworks over Central New York one time, and those were huge undertakings, and we were out at Vernon Downs at 7 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
doing all this shit, right? And so the Tubes were booked one year, and so was Night Ranger. Now, behind the stage, there's a little encampment. There's these, like when they do roadwork projects, they have
Yeah.
those trailers,
Yep.
just utilitarian office trailers.
Yep.
A couple of those set up as dressing rooms. One was set up as our broadcast area. So it's an enclosed area with trucks and buses and all this stuff.
Yes.
So all of a sudden, there's all this yelling going on. And it's Fee Wable from the Tubes. And he is fucking lighting into his tour manager because they're going on before Night Ranger. And they had played somewhere the night before, so they had to drive all night to get to this thing. And we're going on, and he's ripping this guy a new asshole, and everybody's trying to not pay attention, but everybody's paying attention, right?
Yeah.
So now the tone has been set at really highly nervous. So it's his turn about an hour later to come into the broadcast trailer and do the interview.
Yeah.
Jerry did the interview, I think, and there was a guy back in the studio. So when the interview ended live on the air, right?
Yeah.
They had him this sheet of paper, "Hi, I'm blank from the blank. You're listening to the Rock Central New York."
Yeah.
And underneath it says ad lib if you'd like. So Jerry does the interview, and everybody's on pins and needles because he just fucking really, over the top, blew his top about going on after Night Ranger.
Yeah.
We should get out of here, and swearing and the whole nine. He swore a lot for a California guy, right? So.
And then you're like, hold my beer.
Yeah. So the interview ends, and he's sitting in an folding chair.
Yep.
The interview ends. The music comes on. We know that we're in record mode for the promo.
Yeah.
And he goes, "All right, I'm Fee Wable from the Tubes, blah, blah, ad lib here." Now I'm standing right here holding a different mic for him.
Yeah.
What? Oh, no, actually, I was just standing right here because I gave him the clipboard. He's going, "What should I say? Ad lib here. What should I say?" And I went, "Say that shit about Night Ranger again." And you could hear literally a pin drop a pin. And then he went, "Ah! Oh, they do suck, don't they?" And now everybody cracked up. And he thought it was hilarious that I came out and said that. And then he did this really cool drop, and then it was like, "All right." And he patted me on the shoulder when he got up and left. But man, for the first few seconds, they hated me. Everybody else in this station hated me. But just when I say his face lit up and he cracked up, it was like a completely different guy now.
Yeah.
He thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
So there was
I think
that.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
You gotta have a sense of humor. People are so freaking uptight.
yeah, he realized he went too far. He probably just got out of bed.
Yeah.
Probably just got out of bed on a bus or in a van. They weren't at the top of the game in that mid 90s.
Yeah.
So he was probably just pissed off, and who knows? Maybe they got him in there and gave him a few drinks and some drugs. But because he was friendly during the interview,
Yep.
but they were still all on pins and needles because he had gotten so mad.
Yeah.
So then I hit him with that. But there was a lot of other things, man. When we used to work overnights, there were 3 or 4 of us who split the overnights up and we would do the overnight shifts, and then we would do like weekend day shifts. And the overnights in the Mayro building in downtown Utica used to be hilarious. We had, characters that would call up. There was one guy, we used to call him the poet.
Yep.
He was like a beat poet guy.
Yeah.
And actually he was from out here somewhere. But he would call up and be in the middle of a poem. Then there was, Vinny, who thought the people on Star Trek The Next Generation were making fun of him because he would leave his phone off the hook and they could hear what he was saying. And he disappeared to go find that lady from New Hartford, Terry Farrell or something like that. Yeah. She had been in the first Star Trek. To go find her, and nobody ever heard from him again.
Yeah.
There was another guy, Johnny, that used to come by on his way back, and we would throw him down packets of coffee. You know what I mean? But he was another guy that was like, he had some mentally ill problems.
Yeah.
But he would call constantly, and he was funny as hell. And then he would be down there in the street going, "Hey, I ran out of coffee, man!" And we would throw him down packets of coffee and stuff.
Go away.
Yep. So one night, and I posted this as a video a bunch of years ago. So it was always crazy.
Yeah.
You'd get strippers calling you after they got out. The cross traffic between the other side of Genesee Street, where there was bars like Benji's and a bunch of little places like that, in East Utica, was always hilarious.
Yeah.
Because in the middle of the night, you never know what could happen.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of screaming and yelling, a lot of, crazy stuff. If we're not going to swear, I can't say some of it, and some of it was even worse. One night there was a guy walking through going, "F you and the blank you rode in on." And it wasn't horse. It was one of the big words we don't say anymore racially.
Uh-oh.
And all I could think was, bro, you ain't walking in the right direction to keep yelling that.
Yeah.
You got about another half a block before you don't yell that.
Yeah, don't yell.
I don't know what happened to him. But one time, so late at night, there was always this party going on in a small town in upstate New York. And the girl from Blankville used to always call it. There's the girl from, and they always wanted to hear Skinner. But as they got drunker and the party went on later and later, they'd call back like repeatedly. Sometimes they'd call 5 times an hour.
Yeah.
So one night, I had done like 3 or 4, maybe 5 overnights in a row because people, weren't available, so I was doing a lot of them. Wasn't really in a mood for them. So she starts calling up. "The girl from up there, man, the girl from there." And she's drunker and drunker through the night. Now she's yelling at me for not playing Skinner.
Yeah.
Right? And she's getting into it, so I start arguing with her. "You can't tell me that yourself," and so she's fighting with me up. I can hear them all yelling in the background because they know we're arguing.
Yeah.
And she goes, "We'll get in the car right now, come down there and kick your ass." I said, "Really?" She goes, "I know where you are." And she gave me the address of some Syracuse station. And I said, "Bitch, I'll meet you in the parking lot." So I don't know what happened to the guy at TK99 or wherever it was, but the 95X guy might have got beat up that night. I don't know.
You got to pick up the obits and find out.
Yeah, really. But
yeah.
Other than that, it's been one thing after another. There's probably a million more stories like.
There probably is.
Yeah.
You're going to be on yearly. You can think of them.
Yeah, but for the most part, it's been good. My radio career's been good. A lot of people I've met, a lot of people are just, really cool, really great.
Yep.
I dropped your thing. Oh my God.
You better make sure that shit ain't dirty.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Oh, that's my ego talking. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
But other than that, what a spring we're having.
I'm loving it.
My Facebook memories were popping up the other day. We had snow from a couple of years
50
ago.
tomorrow, 76 on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to New York, man.
Yeah, little stop and start stuff, but other than that, do you remember a couple of years ago where it literally didn't warm up until like Memorial Day weekend?
Yeah.
Like the whole month of May, the furnace was popping on.
Yes. This was our 3rd easiest winter.
Yeah.
We had barely any snow in 3 winters.
It wasn't too bad.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah. I think I only took the snowblower out 3 times this year.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And
You don't have a guy
one
to
of
do
those
that?
times I know it was like it hasn't been running. Run it.
Yeah. You don't have a guy to plow your driveway, Joe?
No, man.
You should.
No way.
People know who you are. All you gotta do is get on the radio back, hey.
Yeah, but see, here's the one thing. I'm notoriously cheap. Guy asked me one time, said, "Tell me the truth. What's the pay like in radio?" And I said, "Well, I'm the program director and I'm painting your goddamn house, so they'll tell you that."
I guess it's not that good.
Yeah, it's a love of the games
Yes,
thing.
yeah. I got
What?
the love of the game.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like back in September 27th, they gave me those proclamations. Genesee Joe Day. The
Yes.
city, the county, and the state gave me one. And the whole time I was thinking, do these guys know I did that because I didn't want to be a responsible adult? Fucking didn't do this because I wanted to, like, I don't feel like doing all that, and I like records. Glug, glug, glug. Here's something else I know about the band. Give that to doctors or
It's
something.
about time you got celebrated.
Ain't it, though?
You're a legend.
Damn right I am.
You goddamn right. You come to chill and I'll celebrate you every fucking time you're here.
Thank you. Well, this year, get ready to launch her response. This year, on September 27th, we're going to have a tree decorated and everything.
Wow.
I mean, I'll be the one doing it. Nobody else is going to think it's fun. I'm going to think it's hilarious. You know what else I like, though, man?
I will help you decorate it.
Okay.
Yes.
You know what else I really like, though, is this is a cool story. This is cool.
I like it. Let's do it.
This guy that I'm friends with for over 30 years, Neil Reich, his family's business was neon sign repair and supplies. So they had a supply place. So he came to me like, probably, it was before COVID. And he goes, "Hey, check it out. We were clearing out the shop because his dad had passed away. On a piece of white plastic, wired in, was just the word Genesee from a neon. He says, if you bring it over to the guy on James Street,
I'll put Joe on.
he can, electrify it and everything." I said, okay. So I put it on my shelf. Never, lost track of thinking about it.
Yeah.
Looked at it, it was always there, but. So, fast forward to earlier this spring.
Yeah.
We were doing a PSA for one of the Jewish Community Center events, and the lady who owns the station says, "This guy Howie is coming in. He's going to cut it. He's going to do the voiceover." I said, okay. So we start talking. He went to UFA. I went to UFA. He grew up in relatively the same neighborhood as I did. Knows this guy, knows this guy, knows that. We going back and forth, back and forth. He says, "I know." I said, "What about Neil Reich?" He goes, "Oh, I know Neil, man. We did sign work for him and repairs out for years." I says, "Who are you?" He says, "Well, I got the place on James Street." Now, he was also a high school teacher.
Yeah.
But his father was the neon guy, and he does that still. He does incredible work. Restorations, like for, shows you've seen on TV.
Yeah.
When they say we're going to send it to our neon guy, they've sent it to Howie Cohen. I said, "Wait a minute. You're the neon guy?" "Yeah." I says, "I've got a sign I was supposed to give you years ago." So Howie made the word Joe,
Yep.
put it on the metal frame so it can hang,
Yeah.
and put the electricity and the transformer together. And so now I got that Genesee Joe
You
sign.
got it up in your window?
I got it up in the window of the station. I love that sign, though.
I looked out that window when I was there.
You did. But that was kind of cool. Like, I just, I'll get to that. And one day the guy just walked in and it was like,
And
perfect.
don't think when I seen it on Facebook, because I seen it on Facebook, and that is beyond cool, by the way.
It looks great.
And I was like, what can they do? And I can imagine how much it would cost to get all this.
Yeah.
I was like, well, we're going to put that out of my mind right now.
Because that is an art form.
It is.
I mean, when I went to his place, these burners that bend the glass are literally hooked up to the building's gas supply.
Oh,
And then they get enough air to get them hot enough, and it's like this length of just flame popping up, and it's hotter than shit.
yeah.
It's blue. And Howie's a cool guy. Like I said, he's a retired teacher too now, but he does like coffee roasting. He's just got like all these cool things he does. It was so cool to meet the guy. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah. But anyway,
I'm glad you got that done, though, man. They look really cool on Facebook.
yeah.
I got jealous for a second. I was like, I'm going to meet one of them. Can you imagine? Because I got, inside the garage, I have power. I could plug it in right here.
Well, man, try and find someone who can do an LED one for you.
That'd be cool.
LEDs.
LEDs.
It's cheaper.
Who can do it? Somebody out there must.
Somebody out there.
Joe's side, my side.
Yeah. So anyway, man. So what else is? You've got a bunch of shows booked.
Joe Altier's coming June 6th. Just Joe.
That guy's amazing.
I went and seen him Saturday. Gave him a chillin' shirt. He goes, "This is a cool fucking shirt. I don't give a shit if I swear."
Yeah.
He goes, "I'm gonna wear it in one of my TikTok videos." I said, "Oh my god!" I was like a schoolgirl.
Z was telling me about him. He like when people started doing the during the quarantine, doing their own shows.
He was the king of Twitch.
Oh my god, he had like millions of views.
He goes, I
He's
asked
very
him Saturday
talented,
night.
and I gotta admit, I've never actually seen him live.
Yeah.
And I should, because I also heard he's a very cool guy.
Oh, he's awesome. He come up to me. He already had to be at his piano. He was running late that night. He goes, "I want to come over and shake your hand and thank you for being here." And I gave him the shirt. We shot the shit for a second. I go, "How often do you go viral?" "Once every couple months."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Just he's gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I got Justin coming, Z's coming. I got a bunch. New faces. There's a Natalie Kurgan. She goes by Nat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I caught some of one of her sets one night. We went to a dinner. We actually went to a dinner theater thing at the place in Utica there, the Burstone Inn, and I walked into the bar afterwards, and she was playing.
Yeah.
She's a talented girl.
She's good, man.
Singer, songwritery, indie rock chick kind of thing. She's good.
Mark Bolo Sr. is coming.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah.
There is a guy who is like a wealth of
I
knowledge.
can't swear on him.
No, Mark though has got more history in the music industry around here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ask him when he comes in. Ask him about some of the surprise people that have come into Big Apple music.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because a lot of times celebrities will have kids going to like Hamilton.
Yeah.
And I remember, Bobby Sale, Harold Ramis walked in today. A lot of them walked in there.
Yeah.
And ask him about that. He's had a lot of surprise guests just waltz in.
Yeah. I was not one of them.
I did a cool interview with Bonamassa there one day.
Did you?
Back probably 2009, he came home for Christmas. Yes, because his parents were still living here. And he was going to do just an in-store at Big Apple.
Okay.
But it was like kind of a spur of the moment thing, if I remember it correctly. And they were like, "Look, if you want to go up there and broadcast while he does it, do that." Because he played.
Yeah.
He played 3 or 4 songs, acoustic.
Yeah.
And it was something to sit and watch him play, like from here to that tree.
Yeah.
This close, to watch him literally play. It was like, whoa. Because I knew him when he was a kid.
Yeah.
But not just through radio. I did a lot of carpentry with Lenny Milano at the time. And we worked on the house. And Lenny played in his band. So I knew him. And they had bang place guitars for a while. So I knew him and his father sort of on a personal level.
Yeah.
So to sit and actually watch him in performer mode, it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But that was the day I asked, one of my best answers I've ever gotten in an interview. I said, he had Eric Cooper. He's on the new Alice Cooper record. He had Eric Clapton come out and play with him at Royal Albert Hall.
Okay.
And I said, "How do you get Eric Clapton to come out and play?" And he just went, "Well, you email him."
Wow, la-di-da.
Yeah, and I cracked up. I said, "You can email him. I can't. They ain't gonna come and play with Slug." But he started laughing. He goes, "Yeah, well, that's how it happened. I just sent him an email. I guess his personal email address, and there you go."
That's awesome.
But he's a cool guy.
Yep. Any plans on wrapping it up, Joe? Are you going to go to You Can't Go No More?
I'm probably gonna drop behind the mic.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Not for you to drop in.
No, Thank you
Let
for
me
wishing.
rephrase that.
Hey, very.
I do not want you to drop
Let's hope I hit the button so the song starts at least.
Yeah.
Don't want to tally here. You know what my buddy Fletcher says, right? about my show?
No.
Calls it Chernobyl. Says there's more dead air than Chernobyl.
We're dead here in Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Play a chilling commercial.
There you go. Anyway, no, I don't. I'm only 55, so me retiring ain't gonna happen soon.
Okay.
Also, I spent my whole life in radio, so be retiring.
Somebody told me you were like 63. That's why I...
No, I just looked that way.
Somebody, she's over there dying.
Somebody asked me if that was my daughter once. No, here's a funny one. All right, so first of all,
Oh, man.
it took a lot of fun and partying to end up. Also, I do this for the little woman because fat and gray keeps the ladies at bay.
That's right.
There you go.
Joe, you're only 9 years older than I am if you're 55.
Yeah.
You're only
No,
9
but
years.
so here's a funny thing. Well, my dad's father,
Yeah.
my mother always told me, because he died back in like 79, he had all his hair
Yeah.
bright white. She said, your grandfather on your father's side went white in his 40s. You know. But two of the things about her is, when I first met her, I was still kind of getting my hair dyed a little bit.
Yep.
And she said, it looks like your chin's aging faster than the top of your hair. Just stop.
Yeah.
The salt and pepper looks good.
Yeah.
So I said, okay. But this is the absolute best story. Watch her when she starts. Watch her face. During the pandemic,
Uh-oh.
she had a classroom set up upstairs.
Yeah.
We put this big screen TV in there. She had all her little students up there, and I always stayed away because that's school. That's at work.
Yeah.
You know, she can put herself in that mindset, and that's it.
Yeah.
She wasn't working from home. She was at work.
Yeah.
And, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, one day at the end of, I'm going to the station. It's just about noon. She's wrapping up her lunch. And I went up there to say goodbye. And I hear ping, ping, ping. A couple of the kids are popping up into the classroom.
Yeah.
So I popped my head in the window. I said, all right, honey, I'm going to work. I'll see you later. And this little voice goes, is that your grandfather? I said, what? Did she ask if I was your father? And she's cracking up. So she walks in and goes, no, she said grandfather. And I was like, fail that child. That child gets Fs.
F's everywhere.
Yeah.
Not enough plus either. F minus, damn it.
Exactly. F minus with double secret probation for that. So yeah, so every now and again, the grandfather story comes back.
Yeah.
But damn it was cute because the kid had that little voice,
I gotta tell you, the last time I was in Utica, this is an infamous story now. I went to Olive Garden. Did you hear about this story?
No, tell me about this.
Z and Justin bust my balls so fucking hard.
Is a
He
good
goes-
Italian boy.
he
I've
goes-
been there, but
He goes, world famous food in Utica, and your stupid ass goes to Olive Garden. I got COVID going to Utica to do your guys' show. A couple
Really?
days later, I didn't feel good. She tested me. I got COVID.
well, I had T-shirts or COVID, and the T-shirts were all the wrong size. So, what was the worst thing about COVID with you?
I had a runny nose.
Yeah, no. My thing was afterwards, the brain fog wouldn't leave.
Oh,
I'm
I'm like that at 24/7, Joe.
Yeah. Somehow I slept through most of it, but when I woke up, my apartment was getting messier than shit. It was
Yeah.
like I was waking up to eat, I guess.
Yep.
But that was the thing. Once I started feeling better in a couple of days, I still was doing my shows from home.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like trying to paint your own house or do something like that. It's like, I'm home. So I was trying to do a radio show, but I was like, playing with the cat,
Yeah.
going in the other room and watching the show. I was like, fuck, I got to do my breaks. Unlike her, where like I said, when it was time for school, all of a sudden she was some teacher. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
She ain't sending me to the office. I own this house, She could do that. She could go right into work mode where it took me forever. But
I guarantee one mode you're not going to be in anytime soon. You keep going. So, yeah. This was just shoot the shit with you just because I missed you, Joe.
well,
This
I'm
is all
glad you
this
had
was,
me up, man.
Yeah.
And it says a lot because the first year you did this, I came on twice.
Yeah.
Because
I was fascinated.
yeah, well, but it hadn't caught on. Now it's like all the slots are booked up. So there you go.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
somebody gets locked up or something, call me.
Yes.
Fill in.
All right. I like that.
And like I said, you are more than welcome, even if it's in September. Just let me know when you're going to be down.
Yep.
We'll have you on the show. You can pick a few songs, whole 9 yards.
You going to order pizza?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Not from Olive Garden.
Not about.
Yeah.
I'm not going ever there again. Jesus,
If there's
that's bad.
a new disease, well, that will be one of the gifts we'll give you, though.
And I'm going to make one of these shirts for you, the right size.
Yes.
And I'm going to mail it to you.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. Thank God for being way too busy,
Yeah.
because this 2X, I actually got to a point where I could wear it again. middle of January when you're like, when you coming down, wear your chilling shirt. I was like, nope. It looks like a halter.
I know the feeling, Joe.
Yeah.
I used to eat Burger King breakfast every day for 7 years and then just go to bed.
Yeah.
I was out to here.
We had these shirts made for the Blues Society Free Blues Picnic, which actually let me hit that real quick.
Yeah.
We got 2 good shows. The Free Blues Picnic is going to be in July out at Sylvan Beach again. Once again, you should come to that.
Okay.
July 23rd, the Nighthawks are going to be there. But we're also bringing with the Blues Society this guy Anson Funderburg and Mark Hummel in. 2 really great blues guys. They've been doing it for years. That's going to be June 12th at Nothing Fancy in Vernon.
Okay.
So,
I
couple
can
of good
see
shows.
you a lot.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But one of the things that cracked me up was at the picnic last year, we had the shirts made and they were red. Some little kid yelled, "Hey, Kool-Aid" at me.
That's not cool. By the way, I got a fun story about that shirt.
It's not true either. It's a joke.
So about this shirt, funny
Yep.
story. My guy that I had doing at the time before my girl took over doing my gear, I said I need all black ones. Come to find out, he's colorblind. That's the one blue one that came in.
Oh, look at that.
I said, well, I'm going to give it to Joe.
There you go.
I care enough to give you the different one.
Well, all right, here, I got one of those too. I know we got to, wrap up soon because it looks like the rain's coming in.
Yeah.
But, so I'm a, big Grateful Dead fan.
Yes.
And Pigpen, one of the early founding members, was kind of one of my guy,
Yep.
He was like the bluesy guy. He played the harp on all those songs. So anyways, I see this great picture of him one time playing in somewhere, and he's got this like football jersey type thing with the stripes over here,
Yeah.
Fillmore East.
Yep.
So I had our t-shirt guy at the time recreate that just like in the picture. So then I went, when I got it, I took a picture of myself in it and I posted it on the Pigpen fan group in Facebook, and I had 2 people pop up and go, "Oh, I had one of those shirts back in the day, but it was the green and yellow one."
Oh.
I looked back at the original photo. I had a Pigpen. It was black and white. So I had a gray one with white letters made. It turns out it was a black and white photo. The shirt was supposed to be green and yellow. What an idiot.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
That's
That's
was a
why
true
I always
story.
said I was only 9.999%. Because I do dumb stuff like that.
But I do stand by you should be celebrated daily.
I stand by that too. You know one of my other funny things is? Okay, well, this is a more recent one. Buttercup.
Yes.
I bring her to work with me a lot.
Yeah.
And
And let me tell you, Joe works in his socks. He walks around the damn studio in his socks.
hell yeah.
You're an old hippie, aren't you?
Yes. One of the funniest things about the dog is whether I'm, in the recording studio, the production room, or live on air. If I get in front of the board and the microphone's here and I'm about ready to talk, she knows if she starts to make noise,
Yep.
I'm going to pay attention to her. So in her mind, when I'm standing there, when that's happening, if she starts to go, she has those husky vocalizations,
Yeah.
or jumps up on me, I'm going to play with her in her mind.
Yeah.
I'm trying to shut her up. And so that dog has been on the air about 100 times over the last year.
I think I heard her once.
Yeah, one day I literally was sitting there and I went to start to talk, and she does this thing where she goes from a dead stand to a hop and landed right on my chest.
Oh.
I did the whole break. But I know people heard it because it was like clunk. And then you're sitting in a rolling office chair and that dog jumped and I was like, so don't forget to check us out online. But
Check out Chillin' with Rick.
Yeah. But yeah, she's on all the time, and she's done it to her a few times too.
Get her own show.
I should.
Half-hour show.
Yeah, she'll want more money than everybody else, so no.
Well, she's got your ego.
Yes. Yes, she does. I make life happy.
You made my life happy, I'll tell you that.
All right, brother. Well, listen, thank you for having me up.
No
all right.
problem. I love you, Joe. Thank you for doing my show, man.
Thank you, and I will share this on the drive one. And thanks a lot, Rick.
Check out Genesee Joe on the radio. He is the face for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 to 8, Monday through Saturday.
That's right.
Saturday's 3 to 7. But,
Okay.
okay. Thanks.
Thanks.